Hello ladies and gents, welcome to my Data Pack 2.0 review for eFootball Pro Evolution Soccer 2020. My name is SpoonyPizzas, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. Anyway, let's dive straight into the review. So, now I did my first impressions earlier, and my first impression was it wasn't all that great. The loose balls had been fixed, but there was a lot of things I really didn't like and was kind of put off by it and wasn't really looking forward to doing the review, if I'm being honest, or playing the game at all. However, I don't know what happened, but when I played it this morning, the servers were offline and I started playing this afternoon and it felt like a completely different game. Anyway, I'm going to point out some things that I like and dislike about PES in its current format. So some of the good things here is that the player switching is absolutely incredible. Let me just slow this right down. I just want to show you guys how quickly the player switching works in this game since they made the adjustments. Obviously it's to do with the loose balls, because obviously player switching is really important for catching onto those loose balls, and you're going to see loads of examples here of the loose ball mechanic being fixed. So as soon as he plays the pass here with his player, watch this. Does a little bit of skill. Now what I want you to know is when he plays this ball, watch how quickly my player switches. So that's pretty acceptable. And then just as he strikes it, watch this. Watch the player switch here. Look at that. I didn't even press a button. And automatically it selected the player. And immediately it selected this player here. So the player switching defensively is absolutely on point. So responsive. And now we're going to follow that up with a negative. So my player just gets completely wiped out. I mean, he kind of runs into him, so I can sort of see why. That might not be a foul, but for me, that's a foul. Now, I don't know if they improved the AI, but I really like the way that the AI created this chance. But then watch, once I make the manual save, look how quickly it switches player for me to able to get that block in. That is absolutely incredible. So I made the save of the keeper, and then immediately I was able to switch to the player and get the block in. So from crosses as well, watch it pick out the right man straight away. Able to clear. Okay, so now let's follow this up with the negative. So running through here with some nice skill, and somehow that is a foul for Liverpool. I'm not sure how. I really don't know. He's just took me out. I had control of the ball. He's clattered into me. And it's a foul for Liverpool. I was also really impressed by the loose ball mechanic here. So watch this as the keeper saves it. Look how quickly I'm able to respond with Gabriel Jesus here. So I'll just slow that right down. So not only the player switching offensively, but also the loose balls have definitely been fixed. This is just so smooth. Watch this. I get the shot off. Watch how quickly he reacts to this. He sort of spins around straight away. Normally I'd have to super cancel the hell out of that to get that ball. But that is absolutely brilliant. And again, the guy at the far post was selected, waiting for the rebounds. Now as they clear it, watch how quickly my player switch activates. Okay, I'm going to show you one more positive before we move on to the negatives. So watch this. They clear this and look how quickly it selected my player or defender back here. That's brilliant. Okay, so it's not all perfect, as you're going to see in this clip here. Let me just slow this down. So I play the ball out and watch my player. I've got him selected. He sort of wiggles a bit. He leaves the ball, but the other player will not select. He just runs forward. He needed to come across. And that's one of the bugs I've noticed in this. I'll show you another example. So the ball's cleared and I try heading the ball to a player nearby, but he's a little bit too close for him to receive it. Now watch Sterling in the left hand side, sort of moving sideways, sort of not even facing the ball. And then you got Mendy, who's not interested either. Mendy does make the tackle, but you know, one of those two players should be moving towards the ball. So what you'll find is where you've got loose passes that don't go to the player that you particularly want, you'll find nearby players not showing an interest in the ball whatsoever. Now I want to show you one more clip before I go on to about things I'd like to see in Data Pack 3. I want you to check out the secondary player indicator. So it's not choosing the closest defender. Can you see that? Until now. Only then does the second player indicator really pick up the player I really wanted. So I was able to deal with the situation, but it wasn't perfect again. But it's still a massive improvement over Data Pack 1. Now I'm going to talk about 3 things I would like to see fixed in Data Pack 3. The first one being the stadium cam keeping up with the play, and also the finesse dribbling. It's really poor. The movements with the ball aren't exaggerated enough with the players. It's far too small. So the ball needs to be moved more when using the finesse dribbling. Otherwise it's pointless. Look at this. What is the point of that? And lastly, my final point was the skills. Skills versus Superstar and Legend AI simply do not work. So here's a list of my positives and negatives for the Data Pack 2 review. Let's look at the positives. So player reaction to loose balls, AI offensive awareness increase and defensive as well. Also the player switching and player responsiveness generally is very, very good. And that is going to be a massive, massive boost to the game and how it plays out. On the negative side, obviously we saw the fouls, the lack of red and yellow cards. Again, it's not perfect when stray passes or the pass doesn't go to your designated player. Players around just sort of ignore the ball. So that needs to be worked on as well. But overall, here's my conclusion. It's a massive improvement on Data Pack 1. I've already said that. And it really is. It's really going to make playing the game far more enjoyable. I'm actually looking forward to playing my Master League again. For Data Pack 3, let's focus on the finesse dribbling. That was a big selling point for Konami this year. They've really made a fuss about it. But at the minute, it's useless. I would never recommend using it. The responsiveness and how far the ball moves needs to be increased for sure. Skills against Legend and Superstar AI have virtually no impact. They pretty much read it before you've even performed the skill. So it would be nice. I don't want the skills to work every time, but just once in a while would be nice. Fix the stadium camera to keep up with the play. It's very infrequent, to be fair. You might get it once every 3 or 4 games where the camera can't keep up with the play. So it would be nice if they could fix that too. And lastly, I just want to say I do apologize for my first impression video. It seemed unresponsive and the gameplay was just terrible. But the servers were offline at the time, so next time I'll make sure the servers are online, because that made a massive difference to my experience. Anyway, I just want to say one last massive thank you to everyone who subscribes. I've just literally clocked the 30,000 mark. That is absolutely incredible. I never thought in my wildest dreams 2 years ago this channel would be as big as it is. I just thought I'd have like 5 people follow me around. So yeah, I do really, really appreciate it, guys, and thank you all so much, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to smash that like button. Thank you very much. Have a great day, and yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.